Know where you live, but you never know. Everyone in your house is living alone. Something's not right. You know it's not fair, but it's easier to hide than to show that you care.
Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You kept away from yourself from the start. Will you come home now? Home to your heart.
You work hard all day. How you strain to stand tall. Try to make someone love you, but it make them all. The doors have all closed, all your secrets concealed. And you're living your life, so they're all maybe I'll
Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You kept away from yourself from the start. Will you come home now? Home to your heart. Leave your baggage behind. You've done more than your part. Before you fill all your loved ones, you must fill your own heart. Look not to others for directions or deeds. You're the very first love that your heart ever needs. Will you come home? Will you come home? Will you come home to your heart? You kept away from yourself from the start. Will you come home now, home to your heart? You've kept away from yourself from the start. Will you come home now, home to your heart?
Thank you, Barbara and choir. Will you come home to your heart? Yeah. You turned it off. I tried to turn it on. How about now? Much better. Okay. We'll get going here sooner or later. Thank you, Barbara, our music director, and happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Have a lovely one. Happy birthday. And thank you, choir, which is growing every week. And we're growing in our chops, but we'll get there. Keep practicing. And welcome to new listeners. Welcome to everyone here. It's so good to see you all. It does bring me home to my heart. It does, to be with all of you and to know that you're out there also. We hope that everyone in the sanctuary silenced their phone. You may want to silence at home too, so you can really focus and concentrate on the service. We have a practice of a daily word, which I have held on to for more than 20 years, of starting my day with a good intention and following that intention through the day, reminding myself, bringing myself back when I sort of get offline. And today's daily word is ease. Beholding God in every circumstance helps me know ease. It's easy for me to find God in the glory of a sunrise and in the laughter of children and to feel God's love as I get together with friends or family. Wherever there is wonder or joy or fellowship, God is surely present. I remember that God is just as surely present when my responsibilities feel overwhelming, when conflict arises in a relationship, and when it feels as though there isn't enough of what I need. If I begin to feel tense, fearful, or frustrated, I remember that wisdom, love, understanding, and strength, all of the divine qualities that live within me and you, are ready to help me handle any challenge. Assured by my awareness of God's presence, I move with ease and grace through whatever this day brings. Our scripture today is from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 33. Those who listen to me will be secure and will live in ease without dread of disaster. Again, the daily word is ease. Hold on to that. Beholding God in every circumstance helps me know ease. It's always there. You have it. We have a mission statement that we're proud of, and we put our boots to the ground and try to live this mission statement. It will be scrolling on the bottom of the screen, and you can say it with me. I still haven't memorized it. I'm not good at memorization. Our mission statement is, we are a loving, nurturing community dedicated to being a positive path to spiritual living, to awaken oneness with God within us all. I'm so happy to be with you here today on Labor Day. I don't think it means what it used to mean. It's kind of a shopping day now, but at one time it was a day where people who worked long hours and almost every day of the week were able to have a day off for family and God. And that is how I still see it. So this weekend is about reflection and being thankful for what I have being thankful of my abilities, that I'm still able to do many things, and to be at ease, to feel that we have that time to take a little bit of time and rest and be at ease. We have a website, which is unityoftheseacoast.org. You can go on there and look around, explore with your sense of awe and wonderment, and find new things, open your spirit and your heart up with some new information and some new tools on how to live through these chaotic times. We also have a donate button on our website. It's a very easy platform. You just push the donate button, follow the screens, and we do appreciate any donation or tithing that you can give to us so that we can complete this work. We're really diligent about wanting to complete this work, and we need your help. Or if you would rather send a check, our mailing address is Unity of the Seacoast, McConnell Building, Suite 246, 61 Locust Street, Dover, New Hampshire, 03820. Charlie Richard, our Unity trained chaplain, does meditations on Monday nights. Tomorrow night is Monday night, the first Monday night of each month. And tomorrow night will be a meditation for relaxation. So continuing this weekend of ease and relaxation. 7 o'clock on our Facebook page, you can join in. If that's not a good time, it's recorded. You can go back and see all of Charlie's meditations. And some of them are good. I revisit some of them. Meaning good for me. You'll find the ones that are good for you. So today we are on our Facebook page live, but we're also broadcasting on YouTube. So if you're familiar with YouTube, you just go to YouTube. In the search bar, put Unity of the Seacoast. You'll find us. You'll find our channel. And then you can scroll till you find today's live service, or check out the other ones too. My favorite one was Christmas Eve. That one I could watch every day. That was really fun. You want to go back and see that one. So next Sunday, September 11th, is it's going to be an important day here. I feel another way to really bring our community together. Tom will be doing a service on using what we know, and it'll be a service reflecting on the individual gifts used to save the Thailand boys soccer team after they were trapped in an underground cave. And if you're not familiar with that, Google it. It is like a miraculous story and real. And it will be followed by a watch party here of 13 Lives, a film by Ron Howard. So you can come and have a service with us and then watch the movie with us. And October 2nd, Bev Raymond, who is a Unity student training to be an ordained minister, will be our speaker that day. She's also the president of our board and a delightful person. Saturday, October 8th, we will be participating in a run walk at the McClellan School in Rochester. It's to raise money for the Rochester Child Center. It's dear to our hearts because our own little Rachel here, her children benefit greatly from that program. It is a wonderful program. So Rachel's children, Mariah and Avery, who are my grandchildren, have gotten wonderful benefits. And we participated last year, not me and we, I couldn't, but this year I will be there. It's a great time. It's community. That's what we're talking about, getting together, doing different things. So it'll be a fun day. The registration fee is $25. And for more information, actually, you can Google it. We should have it on our site.
I can put it up on the site.
We can put it up on the site so it's easy to enroll. Very easy to register. It's just like, click, click, click. Or for anyone here, if you're interested, you can talk to me or Tom or Rachel. And we have a practice called Namaste, which is, it's a blessing and it's a greeting. So it's a Sanskrit word meaning the Christ in me sees the Christ in you. We put our hands together in prayer position and look directly in someone's eyes and give them that blessing. I see the Christ in you. I honor it. the choir come up.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. I will be easy on myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child.
Now, I feel like there should be like a coronation song or something. Now announcing one of my favorite guys, who also happens to be Reverend Tom Shelter.
Thanks, everyone. Seriously, I'm grinning from ear to ear when I sit back and I listen to the choir. It's a fulfillment for me of part of where we're going because I've missed that when we weren't in person. And then just to see it grow each week. And the last song, Easy on Myself, goes in with my talk, but it goes in with the daily word, to love yourself with ease. Um, we get this great life to live, and part of it's just loving ourselves. And my talk today is based on that. It's self-esteem, and it's a reflection on my thoughts, but also from a book called The New Peoplemaking by Virginia Satir. And it's a wonderful book. If you don't have it, pick it up. Don't read it all at once. Just take pieces as you go. But I often mention that are born, we're all perfection. We are born into perfection from perfection. And that we're each unique in our own ways. And I talk about this a lot because I want you guys to understand it and feel it from your core. That you understand that it's part of your being. It's a tough life when you feel less than or different. or that you don't fit in. I grew up like this, and it plays horribly with your self-image. But seeing and believing in perfection has wonderful trade-offs. When I see perfection in others, I can look around and see perfection in myself. And when I see perfection in myself, I can recognize it in others. And being from perfection doesn't mean that there's things that we're not working on. We're all human. We all seek to self-evolve. That's why we read. That's why we come to church. That's why we watch certain shows and pick hobbies and study things. We self-reflect when we've done something that we know was not from our best nature, from our highest self. And we're also open to the revelation that we may not have acted from our best selves. But the fact is, we all do this. We all are unique, and we're the same at the same time. It's a kind of a paradox, but it's a fun paradox when you can accept yourself for who you are. If we were to sketch a human, odds are, unless you're Salvador Dali, there'd be many characteristics that are the same. But when we examine each of us on a different level, we'll find that there are so many things that make us each unique. We all have different fingerprints. Even twins, environmental things alter the fingerprints. There's always differences. We have different hair colors, eye colors, different personalities. And we seek others around us who accept our differences. But sometimes we just don't accept them about ourselves. They bring us insecurities. As a child, we begin to internalize the way that we're spoken to. You spill a glass of milk, and the glass breaks, and some kids may hear, "Why were you not paying attention? Why didn't you use two hands? Look at the mess you made." And they kind of seem innocuous, but they carry weight. Other families may be a little harsher in their terms, but then others may have comments that keep it in perspective. They keep the situation level. Things like, "Oh, let's just clean this up and get you another glass of milk." Those kind of comments keeps the child level safe. It allows them to know that mistakes happen, and allows them to be comfortable with mistakes when they happen. The way people insert their power over you as a child carries with us as we move through life. And at some point in everyone's life, they've had a person who's had influence, or many people influence over us. And those influences shape how we influence others. And the influences come from culture, they come from peer pressure, religion, friends. But those are the birth of self-esteem, how we internalize those. When we have lower self-esteem, we want to feel value. Yet instead we have little worth or lowered self-worth. We expect to be cheated. We expect to be discarded. We expect our opinion not to matter. We have no confidence in our opinion. We can feel like we're a victim in our own life. We become apathetic or indifferent towards ourselves and the world around us. We build walls and carry around fears. We have a fear of risk, of new ways that might enhance our life, but that we may be rejected or ridiculed. It even happens in unity. When I first started trying to explain God from a unity perspective, I would taper it down in front of a traditional Christian because I just didn't want to hear those words. We all feel like this, but we must recognize that we have these feelings and accept that we have them. And accept that part of us reaching our full potential is acknowledging that we each are different. Accept that you can love yourself for being unique. Others' thoughts on you are not really your business. That's on them. My sister mocks what I do for a living. She thinks I'm full of crap. But in truth, her opinion has no bearing on who I am, what I feel about myself, and what I do. If someone is locked into opinion on you that's based on the past, that's on them. Part of growing and loving ourselves is letting go of those influences of the past. We reshape ourselves by analyzing, assessing new data about ourselves. And that's part of the human evolution. And I think of the guilt I've had from past religious relationships or past family bonds. They did not serve my self-esteem. They did not serve me at all. They served the system that I grew up in. We grow up in one or two systems. One is a closed system. A closed system has limited options and produces limited results. It's right or wrong, it's black or white, my way or the highway, failure or success. I'm liked or I'm not liked. Power or influence flows from the rules of the system. And we begin to judge ourselves within that system. And we learn to treat others from that system. Because I said so. That's a closed system remark. And it's hard to build self-esteem when you're judged in black and white. An open system allows for perspective. It allows for viewpoints. It allows for arguments in different positions. In a closed system, we respond to ways that are familiar to us. We attach an emotion or trigger that we've used before, and we add it to this new moment. But in turn, that winds up bringing about a similar result or a similar response or an emotion toward the situation. There's little emotional growth in the closed system. We do this with ourselves. We fall back on feelings and emotions that we're familiar with, and we lock ourselves into our past beliefs about ourselves. We internalize, I was right, I was wrong. I was a success or I failed. There's no examination of the effort that you put into your life, what worked, what didn't. There's no margin for the learning process. But when we begin to open our system, we recognize that we change, that we are different. We recognize that we are evolving and that we are trying. And that failing at something doesn't mean that we're a failure. It just means we put forth an effort. We begin to look at commonalities, but we know what makes us unique is that what we have differences. We all have our differences, and they don't matter except to enhance your life. Whom you date, what you wear, what your skin color is, your hair color, your God, where you were born, who raised you, none of this about another has an impact on my life except to enhance my view of the person. The only time it comes into play in a negative way is when people use their gifts to harm others. And I've never been displaced because of anything another person has done. I've built my life on accepting who I am, what I can do. I am simply me. I divest from labels because they're not my being. Sometimes I feel like an outsider. I'm not. Sometimes I feel like an insider, but I'm not. Sometimes I'm comfortable being around people, other times I'm not. Sometimes I'm trusting, sometimes I'm not. We each have ebbs and flows of all our emotions. We recognize this, but we let go of the labels, don't allow them to become part of our identity. Avoid the urge or feeling to be against another or yourself. Avoid the urge to one-up another. Just accept that we are all at points in our life. Sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't. We all have successes. We all have failures. And we all are updating our lives as we move through it. In an open system of love, we allow and expect updating. You know, in business, we update our thoughts and strategies. You know, it's Makes good business sense. Time change, we change. The medical field, we've been updating forever. People used to go to the barber for a bloodletting. Without updating, we'd still be there. But why do we get stuck in not updating ourselves as our beliefs and times change? Updating is part of the process. You're not the same person that you were at 10 or at 16 or at 20. There's always change, and at any moment, you should be open and accepting to the change, because life is aha moments of self-discovery. We come into the world with a clean slate, but as we grow, we gain wisdom. And part of the wisdom is the ability to self-reflect and to wipe that slate clean of the things that no longer work for us. What does not serve us? Thoughts like, I am unlovable. I'm not enough. People won't like me because I'm different. I'm not cute enough. I'm not strong enough. I failed at something, so I'm a failure. We all have those things about us that we think about from time to time. Again, it's part of the ebb and flow of human emotion. But we can recognize that those thoughts don't serve us and cast them off. We can work on confidence. Confidence is a form of communication. We pick up on it. People are drawn to it. When you're face to face with another person, each person picks up what the other person is putting out. The smells, the eye contact, the sense, the gestures. And all the familiar emotions of our past can come into play. And it can erode at us, or we can become confident. Confidence and self-love shines through and creates a safe comfort zone for that interaction. Each person picks up on words, expressions, posture, muscle tightening, breathing pace, voice tone, and other gestures. But when we love ourselves and are happy with ourselves, other people pick up on this. And we all are confident at times and not confident at times. I'm certainly not confident on the first day of a new job. I was not confident the day I met Casey. These things balance out, though. I have confidence in me, but maybe not the situation. My confidence in me allows me to have my emotional survival. It allows me to thrive. Situations vary, but they do not reflect who you are. So you can be insecure in the situation, but hang on to the strength that is you. When we're not confident, we blame others. We seek reasons for our mistakes. We may avoid the people that we feel bear the effects of our mistakes. We defer our responsibility by looking at others. Boss comes and talks to you and says, well, did you talk to everyone about this? It's not my fault, it's the system. Do we roll our eyes? When we're not confident, we leave all sorts of emotions or closed system responses on our path behind us. We placate others. Well, I'm going to do exactly as I say and not take the spirit of the conversation. Or we over-apologize and we act like a machine. We expect open and honesty from others, but we allow our past ways of dealing with issues to rob others of our open and honest response. It takes courage to be open to your mistakes, to say, I did it. It takes courage not to seek blame. But when you're honest with yourself and own all who you are, your successes and your fails, you find joy in yourself because you've allowed room for humanity to enter into your thought stream. You react from your highest self as many times as possible. Operating from your true self lifts your self-worth, and that means acceptance of all of you, of all your flaws, every part of yourself. There are 8 senses or lenses that we look at ourselves through. The first one is physically, how we look to the world around us. And we have this incredible body built around us for us, from our smile to the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we stand, the way we move. But we have to accept that there is no normal. We're all unique. There's always someone bigger, someone smaller, someone faster, someone slower, someone stronger, someone weaker, someone who wears a better suit, someone who looks better in shorts. We are unique. Listen and look at your body with an open heart. It is perfect. It's meant to be you. Incorporate this into the next lens. The next lens is intellect, the cognitive part of your brain. Don't rationalize that part away by past thoughts of what people have told you. Allow yourself to think freely. Your intellect allows you to understand and to learn and to solve problems. Don't allow others to dictate your acceptance of your own thoughts. When we allow our intellect to be freely open, we're open to all that life has to offer and all the new perspectives of it. There's no self-hate in an open intellect. And then we move to an emotional lens. Do you close off your emotions and bury them? Do you let them flourish? Do you put restrictions on your emotions? You know, emotions bring the flavor of life. Remember falling in love? Remember getting rejected? Or the look in someone's eyes? Do you remember certain ways that you felt in certain situations? It is the flavor. You know, our feelings can steer us towards something that we desire or away from something that we don't desire. Feelings help us choose our path. They're necessary and we must honor them. Now, I don't like feeling sad, but without feeling sad, I would not have pursued happiness. The next lens is sensuality, the freedom to look, touch, taste, and smell. It's the tactical feelings of the world around us and us in them. How do you feel when you hug someone or hold their hand? Again, how do you feel when you look into someone's eyes? The feeling of crawling to a freshly made bed with a dryer sheets are just warm from the dryer, or pulling up a blanket on the couch. The warm smell of coffee or the scent of coffee, the scent of a perfume. Casey wears this perfume called Dune, and every time I smell it, it just reminds me of the first day we met. We all have these triggers that within us bring joy, or they teach us to seek a different experience. And other people put out tactical signs that we need to pick up on. Have you ever been in those conversations with someone who says, I'm fine, but their body's going, I'm fine. No, things are good, I got it. So pay attention to those two. Don't force things that aren't there. Sensual or tactical is a big part of self-identification. You can say all the right words, but if you're this person, you've told a ton about yourself. The fifth lens is interaction. It's the way that you handle all these lenses on an interpersonal level. It shapes your relationships. You evaluate the quality of a relationship. Each person you're in contact with has a different quality to the relationship. Do you see yourself as an equal, or do you give your power away? Do you depend on their opinion for your happiness and acceptance? Can you just be yourself? Do they make you feel safe? Each relationship has its own dynamic to it. I feel safe and loved by Casey. I know she has my heart. and I have hers. I know my sister will always have the ability and willingness to hurt. Often there's an angle or another motive to her actions. This is a dynamic that developed from the family. It's not anyone's fault, it's just that dynamic that's in play. I have relationships where I can't discuss what I do for a living. If I was a plumber, I could tell you all day about being a plumber. When you say you're a minister, it's going to convert me or brainwash me. Bring me into this cult of unity of free thought and open expression. So we look and we learn from each relationship and view them in an open system of honesty. If someone cannot see you in your true light, then don't hold value to their opinion if it doesn't recognize who you are and who you want to be. Recognize each relationship for what it is. Nurture those that need to be nurtured and let go of the ones that don't. Use empathy and compassion in as many moments as possible. And raise others as often as possible. Raising another is a great way of raising yourself. The next lens is nutrition. What we put in our bodies. We all know a healthy body enhances the way we feel about ourselves. We all know what works and what doesn't. We know that eating a salad instead of a Big Mac is going to produce a healthier response in our body. So incorporate things that make your body feel better. But at the same time, be careful not to dismiss the positive feeling of a treat. Sometimes eating an ice cream cone does more for my spirit than a salad. I'm not telling you to forgo dietetic needs, or if you're diabetic, do not run out here and go grab an ice cream. But know what works for you, what's good for you, and what makes you feel good. I don't like eating a ton of meat, but I eat a lot of meat in the summer because it makes me feel good. I've never driven by the scent of someone grilling a vegetable and thought, I gotta run home and get an eggplant and a carrot stick and throw it on the grill. But I'll pass a hot dog and I'll go home for hot dogs on the grill. Or kielbasa. The seventh lens has to do with context. It's how and when we examine how we look at us and the world around us. Are we attaching familiar feelings to something new? Are we adding a misperception to the situation? Are we using an open system? Are you taking something personally that has nothing to do with you? Are we using the other lenses correctly? Are we thinking a true feeling about the situation or the conversation? What are we thinking about ourselves in the moment? Remember, if it leads from happiness, it's probably not a truth. And the final lens is spirituality, your spiritual connection. Are you honoring this connection? Are you operating from your highest level? Are you using love of self and love of others, love of the situation? Are you practicing gratitude for the things that life has given you in each moment? Have we foregone judgment of others and ourselves? Have we looked at what doesn't work and sought a new way? Are we hitting the mark of our best self, or are we missing it? Each lens forms a different part of us and has a different part, but they overlap to help us assess who we are and build ourselves up. When you're not confident, when you're confident, you are more fun to be around. People pick up on it. The more you like yourself, the more the world likes you. I could never have found true love if I did not like myself. So what am I saying? I'm saying don't placate yourself. Don't placate others. Don't invoke guilt or blame on yourself or others. Don't raise yourself above others. Don't raise yourself below others. Don't create envy. Take the high road in as many moments as possible until it becomes your default path. Be clear with your words in as many moments as possible. Be open in as many moments as possible. Make as few assumptions as possible. Be safe as possible. Safe with others, but safe with yourself. If you can't guard yourself, who else is going to guard yourself? Understand whatever you see and hear impacts you. So be open to the fact that you impact others in the same way. Each interaction, you can have an open system or closed. And how you impact the world around you goes a long way to how you feel about yourself. You know, when I raise another, I raise myself. But when I don't let another knock me, I stay raised. Examine what your beliefs about yourself are accomplishing for you. If they hinder you or lead from your happiness, update your system, re-examine. Self-worth is a primary function. Action, power, performance, all those things are secondary. Secondary does not control self-worth, but self-worth controls those secondary things. It controls your actions. It controls your performance in the world. Your action then stems from your beliefs about yourself. And your beliefs be open to the fact that they evolve about yourself. Change should be welcomed. So one thing about us that is always normal is that we always change. We are always different. Accept that you are unique and that you are different. Accept that what works for another may not work for you. That includes the things that you've learned from your family and friends and your peers. Because you're building you, you're not building another version of someone else. So you have to accept the things, what will work for you, and don't worry about the others. Because we all have those things that work and don't. Have an open, honest communication with yourself and then with the world around you. Again, remember, if it leads from happiness, it's probably not a truth. Again, we were born from perfection into perfection. And we can clean our slate at any moment. So I'd like to bring this to a meditation. And to do so, I'm going to step away and let the choir take over.
How can anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How can anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How can anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How can anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle, and how deeply you're connected to my soul. Wow. Today, my youngest sister was 58. I mean, after she heard that song, she took her life 17 years ago.
She did hear that song.
So this meditation, I'd like it to go out to everyone who feels just not 100%, something lacking, something that's not within them. And I also want to think about Frank. Frank had open heart surgery this week. I went down to Boston yesterday, I saw him. He was doing well, but he didn't really want people to know or hear a lot about it. Frank's very, very much like that. So this meditation, I'd just like to put it out there for the love of everyone, so we can raise everyone. So I'm going to ask each of you to take a deep breath and begin to develop your comfortable breathing pace. Think of those in your life whose hands you just want to hold. There could be many hands just piling on one. That warm light is bathing those hands, holding them all together. Your strength flows through them and from them to you. Think of those you know, and those you don't know. See them whole, healthy, loved. And know that you are whole, healthy, and loved. We accept each other with ease. As perfection. the Spirit that flows through each one of us at all times and always is always perfection. There is no such thing as an imperfect spirit. Except that we are the expression of that perfect spirit. We express that from our Christ to our world. Through our thoughts, our actions, and our deeds. And I'm going to ask you to come back to me. For those at home, if you're thinking of anyone, type their name or their initials or just a heart emoji in the comment box. For those here, just hold those people in your thoughts. We affirm their health and wholeness. And we know it's so. Amen. So we also do a prayer of tithes and offerings. It's a way that we take in and give out to the world around us. It's what makes the church function, but it also allows us to be giving towards back to the community. And we do it in various ways. One of the ways is October 30th, we're going to have an outdoor service, kind of a gift to the community and such. But I'm going to ask each one of us to place your right hand over your heart. Repeat as me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen.
If you were falling, then I would catch you. You need a light, I'd find a match. 'Cause I love the way you say good morning, and you take me the way I am. If you are chilly, here, take my sweater. Your head is aching, I'll make it better. 'Cause I love the way you call me baby, and you take me the way I am.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to end this with the prayer of protection by James Dillett Freeman. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we are richly blessed. Join us while we do our final song. And I thank you all.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, in oneness all are we. Love, we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, this truth is my joyous found. To love each moment and love each moment and peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me.